Oh my God. People would blame the drug usage or my smoking for the reason I'm so winded and shit after every time I go outside or activity. It's called exercise induced bronchospasm. Plus, I did binge drink for years. That's truly my only addiction. I would not recommend alcohol to anyone. If I ever caught a child of mine with alcohol, that might be the one time I physically spanked them to reprimand them. I don't believe in that type of punishment. It only worsens behavior, in my opinion. A good sound public lashing normally does the trick. Thus, the reason they love calling gay kids out in public to make them have such goddamn low self-esteem they off themselves. You all think that I don't understand any of your fucking process and protocol? I understand it perfectly, and it's the goddamn reason we're in this fucking boat. You should have listened to me instead of acting so fucking arrogant. Claiming because I didn't have some fucking precious, useless degree in a picture frame that I couldn't possibly know what in the fuck I'm talking about. Shout out to Lily Tomlin. While he was at college getting his precious, useless degree, I was helping this goddamn company build its backbone. You gave that promotion to Bob Enright instead of me? That hurts my feelings. I just love that movie. It's so funny. And that's how I learned to survive, only for them to try to take that goddamn technique away with their fucking, you need to be healthy. Yeah, let me tell you about being healthy until Kelly Moss and now Primary Plus got their hands all over me. We had this situation happen a lot. Patients get mad that they won't get their pain meds. And Patty Positek wrote me a brand new prescription for Lyrica after refusing to refill Percocet, which I said whatever. And I refused to fill the Lyrica. Why? It's a new up-and-coming party drug, if you can afford it. Opiates may be a little bit more warm, alcohol glow euphoria, but the Lyrica is a whole new Cadillac high. Granted, it does have a safer side effect profile for its design, neuropathic pain. I am a legit chronic pain patient, but I also know how to judge the medications. These doctors touting Tramadol and Nucynta and Lyrica as safer are fucking sick. They need to be fucking questioned and their licenses reviewed. You all are still talking about fucking OxyContin, for Christ's sake. We need to be talking about these doctors touting Tramadol, forget what the brand, Ultram, Nucynta, and Lyrica, and Neurontin as safer alternatives. It's sickening. It's alarming. The neurologist just putting an ad on Neurontin, for the nerve pain associated with that surgery. I told her, I'm like, I wouldn't take it. I'm like, unless, I don't understand it. And she's like, yeah, but the opiates don't do anything. And I'm like, yeah, I know opiates don't work on nerve pain. For some reason, they don't. And that's why the patients who are true chronic pain patients prescribed opiates normally become dependent and or then addicted to them. For me, it was dependence. I had to have some quality of life. We can't go through life just sucking on somebody else's teat. No, perversion intended. Do you know how much of a, fucking drain I feel like being on Medicaid right now? I've always felt like a burden because that was what was instilled in me. It wasn't persecution. They weren't delusions. Just like me being raped really happened. It was not a goddamn delusion. Just like with Matt Lewis and his crew, including law enforcement, and no one believed me. Thank fucking you. They want to arrest me for what? Yeah, thank you. Matt Lewis, it felt like he was slicing my dick off and left to right to that night. So shall I talk about the fucking organ trafficking out of Mason County as well? That's why Mom gave all those coolers to the Amish people who redid our house. How do you all think I survived the last suicide attempt? And no, it wasn't us buying black fucking market organs. I'm not that goddamn despicable. I know that sick shit happens. Why in the hell would I partake in it? Those birds, or whatever that is that makes that noise that sounds like an electric current arcing, are trying to help me. You all can call me crazy over that too. But that's how God works. That sounds like the old school tasers. And those birds really are trying to help me get over this sick shit. How did Mason County Sheriff's Department like that photo of that stray dog and that cat? I swear to God, that's how Patrick Boggs was with me that day, raising his fur up. I was as nice as I knew how to be. I was nervous as hell. I don't like running into law enforcement, especially people who've, I'm pretty sure, coming to and remembering now more and more. And I let him in just like he was family, like I would. Oh well. So let's talk about Nancy Gutman refusing patients' wheelchairs. Let's talk about Christy Boggs refusing to refill albuterol. Let's talk about Patty Positek prescribing Seroquel off-label to help cover up the date rape that was occurring within her own medical facility. Let's talk about Kim Razor and her goddamn rapist fucking family. Like I said, Kim and Michael apparently like sex, and Beth Burden had come forward with information, terrified to go before her court. I wonder why. And then, dropping as soon as she was walking into the crisis center to try to report it? That's not the first time that's happened. Kim Razor should have thought about all this before failing at due process, but you know what my smartass would have done? This is going to blow up in all of our faces, yours and mine too. Oh well. This is not revenge. This is not retaliation. This is not me being vindictive like Mr. Maxwell. The mailman walking past the window and he can't get pet, so he goes crazy. That's the reason he acts aggressive. He wants pet by everybody. And when the mailman can't reach through the window and pet him, he goes crazy. I showed you the couch. He doesn't do that anymore, the poor old thing. The vet says he's senile. Then we need to give him trazodone. And I'm like, well, no, honey. He just feels my anxiety. He was a service animal. Nanette must not have mentioned that. That's why I recommended Valium for him. But you feel because it's a controlled substance, it's inappropriate. Well, oh well. Thank you for allowing my service animal to suffer due to your piss-poor clinical judgment. There's 2.5 milligram, 5 milligram, and 10 milligram Valium in this household. Oh well, why in the hell would I go to a vet for Valium? Well, theoretically, how much Valium could a dog his size take? I'd say around 5 milligrams. Thanks for the info, Doc. I'll find another goddamn vet. My pet's not going to suffer because somebody's afraid of losing their goddamn license. Like I said, the ipratropium, it dries up the tear snot that drowns me. I tried to explain it to Leslie Asbury, but she couldn't seem to get over how good my surgery came out. Man, who in the hell did your surgery? None of you fucking local people, that's for goddamn sure. You know, Leslie Asbury with the other ear, nose, and throat people. Just like when I was in Mason County and in no trouble whatsoever. Yancey Holmes is the only endocrinologist in that area. How much do I need to pay him to fucking learn how to do Testopel? It's as simple as can be. I could fucking do it. You make us just enough to open the skin. The trocar goes in the fatty subcutaneous layer. The pellets fall right into the trocar. Pull it out, put a Band-Aid on it. Most people don't even need a stitch. How goddamn difficult and lazy can Yancey Holmes be to not learn that procedure? It is the safest, most effective way for testosterone replacement therapy. Not to mention it saves the insurance company money over the long run. Each one of those bottles of Androgel is around $450 cash, or they were. The bottles of testosterone generic, I don't know, 40 or 50, and that's probably buying it off the street. I have no clue what the cash price for them would be. And the needles, then the nurse visit, if you can inject it yourself. The Testopel is cheaper in the long run. I tried to emphasize that with the board at Anthem. They disagreed. One implant of Testopel, prescription, doctor, and all, around $1,000 for up to 6 months of testosterone replacement therapy. So you take 450 times 12, and then let's say 200, or times 6. 450 times 6. I have no clue. My brain's gone as far as math. Calculator. This goddamn computer. I have no clue what happened to it. It's just acting ridiculously slow. 450 times 6. 2,700 versus 1,000. So let's just go for a good estimate of 200 times 6. If you were injecting testosterone, 1,200. So as I said, the Testopel saves in the long run. With the side effect profile is a lot different as well. You don't go through roid rage like you normally do with the highs and lows of the other testosterones, but the doctors don't understand that, nor do they care. There is a little bit more increased risk of clotting because the testosterone level is constantly elevated, but it's worth it. I have never felt so good in all my life, having testosterone replaced that way, especially with my goddamn medical conditions. Getting insurance to cover it was a headache, but after I reminded them about the Pumpellies and all their disgusting fuck-ups, they pumped the prior authorization through pretty quickly. Not to mention, I heard already gone through step therapy. Yes, I did get offered a job. PharmD, honey. I thought, hell fucking no. But I might interview for it anyway. So there was chemistry, pharmacy, cosmetology, legal, medical, culinary. I was exceptionally bright, other than being just stupid, so timid and shy. Easily manipulated, because I was afraid of everything. It's another reason they couldn't have me fucking outsmarting them. So I just sat idly by as the dumb fucking beautiful house husband, the trophy husband, until they slammed my jaw shut the last time. There's only so much my husbands and law enforcement can do to protect me. Morning. I'm recording. Okay. Just so you know. But I did get out and do cardio this morning. It's kind of cold, but it's a healthy activity. Last time I checked with Bob Ross. Exposing a major human and drug and sex trafficking rings. I know. It's one of the main reasons I didn't want to come up here. No offense to Nanette. I didn't want to put her life in danger either. The house that my butthole had to help pay for, I should be allowed to use it as my workspace without the law enforcement who had raped me coming in and claiming this is this and that is that. I hope my mother and Kevin Bly have fun. My mother dated my father's nephew before marrying my father, getting pregnant. She's another one of the women that claim men don't get raped. So let me tell you about my father's date rape stories, and you saw the photos. Shall I talk more about Bernetta Sweet in administration and records at Metaview and her family's hand in date rape? Shout out to Sue and that cop she was dating when she had that sweet Eddie Bauer Explorer. Too many details in my story for you people to call me a liar, but you go right ahead. Defamation added to it sounds real pretty. Or should we talk about Luscious Louise's husband? Don't talk to her, she's two-sided. Yeah, just like you and Debbie. Bitch. I like Louise. Shut the hell up. Louise and I had the best conversation at Edith Bavard's funeral or visitation. It was mainly just the Coven folks. I honestly thought there would have been a shit ton more people there for Edith's visitation. Maybe not because of Sam, I don't know. But Luscious Louise was there. Come sit with me. Hell, keep me company. I had to put up with all these assholes in church. Let's make Bonnie talk to us. Bonnie Horde. Let's get Bonnie over here and make her talk to us. She hates your sister with a passion. Thank you, God, for precious moments. But anyway, back to Luscious Louisa's sister, Sue. Back when she had that sweet Eddie Bauer Explorer, she would normally come out to visit her father, Herman, up in the holler, an owl holler above the boulevards on Sundays. Well, we get to visit with Sue today. How lovely. My mother could not stand it. I didn't give a damn. I thought it was hilarious. So let's talk about that cop she used to date. I have another question, and I expect it to be answered honestly, publicly. Did you truly sue my father for working you like a dog, like he did us? Quite frankly, I don't blame you. That's what Bonnie and Debbie said, anyway. My father was a hard person to live with, wasn't he? Piece of fucking shit, if you ask me. God knows I love the man enough, but still. He was an even harder person to work for. So not only did Sue and her cop friend know just exactly what was going on, they did nothing. So shall I talk more about the human trafficking in Mason County, Kentucky, or shall we continue with Hamilton County since that's the present moment? Well, like I said, I used to get into Yacht Club underage with my college ID. I met Sheriff McGuffey and she doesn't even remember. Back then I was a hell of a lot prettier. Especially if I was in drag. Failed to answer 2 open records request questions accurately, and I will open a floodgate here too, and I don't want to. But thanks for the forced treatment that led to my suicide. Yacht Club was a lesbian hangout. Hell, I'm not sexist. I can't stand misogynistic pigs. And I'm not meaning cops. I mean men. Oh, Charmaine McGuffey's not going to get in any trouble. It's harmless. Whoever wrote that speech for her about that guard sneaking cannabis into the detention center, they need reviewed immediately. And if Charmaine McGuffey wrote it herself, she needs a speechwriter. No offense. Yeah, right. So whereas I could have worked by now and had my own shit without having to bow down to the breadwinners who had human trafficked me, they want to blame it on drug usage, never once realizing the symptoms that this goddamn disgusting skull fracture caused. Get over it. Well, you know, it's hard to work in an employer in food when you're vomiting uncontrollably. That's like one day at Tyson, I had one of the, oh shit, something's happening in the parking lot. I went in and I told him, I'm like, you know what? I don't know what it is. I admitted my health. I probably shouldn't be around the food tonight. Well, it's too late to call in. I thought, uh-oh. Well, if it happens, it happens. I warned them. They think this is cannabis-related psychosis. How many times have I hit this with nothing? This is their triggering shit. It's not me admitting guilt. It's not me feeling guilty for anything because technically I've done nothing wrong. Especially come January 1st, 2023 in the Commonwealth of Kentucky. I had that lawsuit just waiting to be filed. With Governor Andy Beshear effectively legalizing up to 8 ounces of cannabis for medical patients, he's telling people to break federal law by crossing state lines with recreational cannabis. The lawsuit will be for home grow statutes. And guess what? It'll win, at least in federal court. You all really should have listened to me. That's how Florida won the right to home grow. First they were medical, then they were recreational, then one of the wealthy people down there said, you know what, ho, ho, ho. You people are saying it's totally legal, but we don't have the right to home grow. We're suing your sorry asses. And they won. Governor Beshear's executive order in fighting that lawsuit will be a little challenging, but not unwinnable, especially with the wealth of information I'm providing.
Wait down, guys.
Judge Wingate, let me tell you more about him. He's a pretty good fella from what I know. Granted, he did knock down cannabis a time or two. Things are a-changin'. Be careful with that. Don't hold that like that, because I broke one of the things on it accidentally. See, one of the snap things is missing.
Oh, shit.
It was just loose on the end, and then I set it down too hard or something, and it broke it off.
Should have another one in the closet, maybe.
Oh, well. So them grabbing my wrist and locking it and pushing it down until I couldn't breathe, thank you. White supremacists, fag haters. With the Catholics in their disgusting hand in child porn productions. Now, do you know why Nan Kelly argued with the school board, we don't believe in your people's disgusting fucking religious upbringing? Nan and Bill never did a single thing to me. Granted, they were involved in questionable activities. Jerry Lundergan owed Nan and Frank Bennett money when he skipped town. Interesting. I voted for Allison. Hobe Sound Bible College down in Hobe Sound, Florida. Celine Dion's Jupiter Island home's fabulous, isn't it? And no, I've never met her. She's another one I'd like to meet. The long straight road ahead, yeah. The taste of your sweet kisses, your arms open wide. This fever for you is just burning me up inside. Broken heart syndrome, poor thing. I feel so sorry for her. Losing the love of her life. So depressing. So now do you understand why the Wesleyans tried to convince me I had demons inside of me to excuse the law enforcement and their rapey fucking disgusting shit? All the while me remaining gay and them not deciding to think, oh, well, our Christianity should extend the fucking medical expenses to the poor kid. The Wesleyan Church and the Methodist Church with Congressman Massey's mother. Now, shall I talk more about Temptress Thomas and Gail? Or is Thomas going to come in here with a firearm, socks and sandals, fully loaded? Cool. I'm a socks and sandals kind of man, too. I would like to meet Rhonda sometime. Poor thing, autoimmune illness, they suck. That's why my little joke about her was so funny. Apparently she suffers from the fatigue and shit associated with it. Nothing but a bunch of fucking bullshit as far as medical symptoms. Rowdy Rhonda. Dementia patients do that to remember names easier. I call Thomas Massey Temptress Thomas because I know it annoys his mother more than it annoys him, because he's a cool person. They wouldn't recognize me like this, would they? Whatever that stupid thing is, they put the goddamn communion on. Take it! Get away from me! Putting strange things in kids' mouths is sickening. Normalizing that sick shit. We had communion in the Wesleyan church that way too at a time. Like I told them, I said, that is sickening. Putting that weird, creepy silver thing with that wafer on it. People putting a strange thing in a kid's mouth. They have no clue what's going on. It's sickening. Normalizing oral sex. I am quite traditional, you all. Granted, I sinned a lot before they legalized same-sex marriage. God knows I sinned a lot. You should be grateful for people like me. That other weird sex toy Aflac has. Mr. Boggs, have you been a good little boy this year? Cousin Russell might sit down and have a talk with the bigwigs. You're not going anywhere. I'll tell you that goddamn much right fucking now. You're keeping that goddamn badge as your punishment for a long, long time. You and Malibu Barbie are staying put. I'll see to it. Like I said, I want an Arby's. I hate driving all the way over into Sharonville just to get Arby's when I don't even like it that much, but I get a craving for it. Next thing I knew, there was an Arby's here. Call me crazy. We need to do something with the mall. It's a goddamn waste of space. Look at the infrastructure. This is in a hot and up-and-coming area. It's far enough out of Cincinnati in the major crime areas. Accessible to everything. 45 minutes to Dayton, doing the speed limit. About a half an hour to downtown Cincinnati. Boom, presto, changeo, abracadabra. I hope you all liked my little secret message that day that Kim Razor signed that piece of paper. Be sure and send the ambulance from Orangeburg Volunteer Fire Department, knowing that because it was judicially authorized, Maysville EMS had to participate. Oh well. I'm not going down without a fight, and I don't mean some physical shit. That's the way it always was when I'd have one of my spells as a child. Send the ambulance from OVFD with Phil Day, honey. Now his daughter in Hospice. I told Bonnie, I said, I'm going to sue the city. She let it out pretty quickly. I like to test Bonnie and her goddamn mouth. Screw you. The deal on the table with Kate Hendrickson and her vagina. As I said, I am not going to tolerate this sick goddamn shit out of their fucking disgusting bullshit. The Commonwealth Attorney and child porn, Kelly Clark's office and meth, lace and cannabis, or the goddamn prosecuting attorney's office and sex for lesser punishments. I have people willing to go on record. So thank you to Kate Hendrickson and your vagina, apparently, as well. Now, shall I talk about more of the cops who raped me with her goddamn blessing? Stockton Wood and then her. I ended up killing myself because of their disgusting date rape activity. They want to talk about my alleged drug activity. Well, when you are threatened into giving your shit up, as I said, Lisa Williams, whatever her goddamn last name is now, told us never to tell them no, especially with their guns. You all want what out of my medicine bag? I'm sure as hell not going to tell you no when you know that I'm not going to pick up a gun and defend myself. Why would I? There's no point. I don't give a shit if there is nothing after this. I was taught in heaven and hell, and it's what I believe. If there is nothing after this, so fucking be it. I'm going to tell my goddamn story in its entirety, no matter how fucking sick it is. The washer and dryer is all yours. Well, I'm not telling you to get up and do laundry. I'm just letting you know. And I am recording, so. You wanted to try to decorate the tree today? I thought, I looked at the calendar. Thanksgiving's Thursday. I don't want to cook a big meal in the middle of the week. So we can wait until next, Friday to go to Kroger. Because maybe things will be on even more sale after Thanksgiving. And then we'll just do our things.
Jungle Jim's on Tuesday.
This Tuesday. Well, that's fine.
To get my panini and my turkey and all that.
We don't need anything else. Just get your shit. And then we can go to Kroger on the 25th, the day after Thanksgiving, and they might have things on even more sale. And then we can just do our Thanksgiving dinner that Sunday. I think we should cancel the massages again this month until December and just let them build up. If that's okay with you, I'd like to, because I just don't feel well.
That's fine.
And that way we can do, you have your nails at 11, but that will be perfect because I don't want you in the fucking house while I'm cooking. No offense.
I think I moved mine to 1
Mm.
because...
Well, I thought, how in the fuck are you going to get from our massage to getting your nails done in an hour when the massages are an hour? But
Yeah, I'm pretty sure...
I wasn't going to ask.
I'm pretty sure I changed it to 1 o'clock once I came home and realized it was the same day. And that's fine about Kroger's. I think probably the only, might be a couple things we need before Friday. Need some eggs and milk.
Well, if you're going to Jungle Gyms, get them there, dear.
That's what I was just saying.
Okay. I'm not trying to be a smartass or condescending, but, I enjoy being condescending sometimes too, considering you like to get that way with me and you don't even realize it, I think. Which makes me go into defense mode because it's like, I'm not an idiot. I understand what you're saying and where you're coming from. At the same time, I also have been there or whatever, and it's just like you don't take it into account or whatever, just like with your surgery. I mean, you had to do something, but...
I need to clean the office out so you can put my equipment back up today.
Yes, I know that needs done, and it probably won't get done until this afternoon, because I don't...
I know, I haven't got to all the laundry in there. I was just saying.
Well, it would be helpful if you would... I'm not trying to boss you or give you orders. I'm just saying it would be helpful if you'd at least empty that one, because you'll need it for your truck when you go to Jungle Gyms.
Yep.
I had to use it to carry in your night laundry and wash it well, I didn't have to, but it just made it easier on my body. That's what kills me with this, this whole thing. It's like your bodies are not your bodies. What the fuck don't you understand? You were slaves to this nation. You're lucky to be here. Our tax dollars pay for the goddamn privilege. What the fuck don't you people understand? It's not my fault I didn't make enough money to pay taxes all those years. I was left disabled by a bunch of fucking perverts. Bitching about every goddamn move I made instead of focusing on their own goddamn sick shit. It's called deflecting in psychology. Oh, with Dee Weber now with Primary Plus too. Kitten and Chelsea getting married. Kitten Pumpelly and Chelsea Weber getting married in the date rape scene would have made a fucking match in fucking heaven. Thank God she broke it off with him. You all call me crazy. There are just too many coincidences. Mr. Boggs telling me to shut my fucking mouth about the whole goddamn thing? Thank fucking you. You were the main reason I decided to get the courage and end my own goddamn life. Not to mention Matt Lewis and Phil Day's goddamn rapey district, where you and Commissioner McKay were bidding against one another like little girls on the marijuana baked goods. So the Crawfords running their goddamn ring out of Orangeburg Volunteer Fire Department and Governor Beshear putting them on that goddamn committee? I hope you have fun explaining it. You people really should listen to me instead of just calling me a fucking common piece of shit criminal. They're not sorry. In order to be sorry, they would have had to have cared what they did to me. They did not give a shit. They only exploited it for what they could get out of it, and believe me, little boy ass was worth a hell of a lot, apparently. Oh, you fell on the floor. Stay down. Hooray. So thank you for causing me so much duress, I ended up killing myself. So now shall I talk more about Jeff Hord's smooth crotch? Or should I talk more about Ryan Hall's crotch, or Devin Hall's crotch, or Patrick Boggs' crotch, or Tony Wynn's crotch, or Wendell Mason's crotch, or Sergeant David Abner, his smooth fucking crotch? An excessive force in withholding a controlled substance anti-epilepsy drug. Or should I talk more about Susie Pratt telling me I'd wind up in hospital for not allowing her to read my cards? She was right, wasn't she, as Maysville Tourism Director in the date rape situation? Shall I go back and see if I can find the audio from 2004? They may as well have implanted cameras and audio in me. Let me hook up to my hard drive, like Winona Ryder. Accessing mainframe. Security breach, level 14. Security keys active. Well, they're still not mad enough to kick me out. Who in the hell would be stupid enough to leak classified information? You all believed it because it's what you wanted to believe. That conversion reparative therapy program you all designed with, they banned it too after I talked to them. Made it known. Have fun. You're not allowed to discuss erectile dysfunction. Children should not be allowed to use social media, period. It's entrapping them into a web of human trafficking, thanks to Mark Zuckerberg and now Elon Musk. People under 18 should not be allowed to possess social media. Entrapping those poor kids into your sick shit is sickening. Like I said, the Texas Supreme Court already ruled against big tech, and big tech shall not be shielded. Not in this shit. Big tech should be shielded if people are running fucking child porn networks on their bullshit. Big tech actively participating in luring kids in to be human trafficked? Oh no. As long as you're 13, you can sign up for our shit. Oh no, you will not be shielded for that. Not if I have to spend every goddamn last penny I have. And let's face it, it ain't much. Hanky panky and the overtime queens. Before I even reviewed Kelly Goodlet's goddamn shit, she has to be a good looker. Good looking enough for some dumbass, for some judge to blindly sign a bunch of bullshit. And guess what? Kentucky already cleared him, but the feds haven't, have they? It just comes out. My apologies. So as I asked in that goddamn case as a nobody, the mail carrier certifying that the packages were in fact illegal? UPS, yes or no? I will not tolerate this bullshit. Breonna Taylor's family deserved more than they got. I don't give a goddamn who Kenneth Walker was. And that's not saying past tense, you know, he's dead now or something. I don't give a goddamn who he was in the past. Straighten your goddamn life up. You know, all that shit weighs heavy on me. Not to mention I was married into emergency medical services a time or three. I can't help but see the patterns of criminal activity that was law enforcement trying to cover up. Aphasia. What doctor diagnosed you? Yeah, I'm sure the Pumpelly's network and Anthem really did their fucking jobs. What do you think? Now, shall I talk about Chris Lofton and his thing? Or Franklin and Kathleen? Children under 18 should not be allowed to use social media. Luring them in for human trafficking is sickening. Then claiming absolutely no responsibility because you're shielded? Oh no. I told you it's time to go to Texas and turn some stuff in.
I love winter fatigue.
We're trying to tell you how much trouble you're in. Yeah, right. Now it smells like a cow again. Hooray. I tried to describe the troopers that raped me when I was a boy, only for them to call me a liar. I want Brian Sims as my attorney if he's available. We'll work something out. He gave up his House seat to run for lieutenant governor and didn't win. My apologies if me tagging you in anything made people in Pennsylvania look differently, but I'll be taking Brian Sims as my attorney if he's available and available to practice in Kentucky. He has a well understanding of Carmoose, the Amish from Pennsylvania, constitutional civil rights violations, Bob Tribby and Kathy Roberts withholding a rescue inhaler as I was seizing due to an asthma attack after being pepper sprayed. And Lisa Urey has no records on Mr. Horde. Well, I wonder why. Lisa Urey and Foxwood Wood and Estel threatening to put me in with a big black guy to rape me yet again for exposing their goddamn disgusting underhanded bullshit, including John Estel and a blowjob when I was a kid. So thank you. Kim Razor and her rapist fucking family, let me describe every one of them, including Stockton Wood and Bob Tribby, and the baseball team and K-Pump's goddamn baseball bat, and his Masonic tongue cutters on his left thigh, and the Brown County, Ohio rape cabin, and the prosecuting attorney's office out of Brown County, Ohio, dealing with Brad Groney out of Columbus with my case, Brown County prosecutor's office with their sex for favors and drugs, including meth, and cop dick pic entrapment. No, Brad, do not argue that. We're going to find out which one of these sick pieces of shit is doing this sick shit. Oh, and here comes Dale Anderson. Not to mention mine, but I didn't report it either due to threat to life. I expect my entrapment shredded. Emily Simpson can fly out from Orange County and hang out with us too, and her husband. I'm interested in the Mormons. It's interesting. They have that we don't really believe in homosexuality, but we do believe, some of us, in plural marriage. Really? I find it intriguing. Emily Simpson, the one from Ohio, the one who got away. She's such a pretty woman. And yay for her husband finally passing the California bar. Congratulations. You both can fly out and be co-counsel. Emily Simpson would know Ohio pretty well, wouldn't she? You charge how much an hour? Who do I make it out to? See if Kyle Richards will fly up from Georgia or wherever she is on her movie set. We'll all go hunting. Tell Kathy Hilton to wear her hotel slippers. We'll go out in the foothills of Kentuckiana and go hunting for something. If I had been Kathy Hilton being scolded by my younger sister for wearing hotel slippers in public, who in the goddamn hell cares what these fucking people think? But of course, you know, when you have a business to run, I just loved it. Kyle sounded like a little girl. Kathy! You did not wear your hotel slippers out through the airport and in public. What if somebody recognized you? As if they couldn't recognize Kathy Hilton. There's nobody here that I'm talking to. I'm recording. These are my thoughts while watching The Real Housewives. And believe it or not, I miss Vicky and Tamra. Vicky Gunvalson. Man, maybe I should fly out there and marry her. We'd be good for each other. Calm down, let me fucking chew 'em out. You bitch. Dorinda has to be the most, you know, like me. Who in the goddamn hell cares about any of this shit? But welcome to this fucking chateau. She's from what? Jersey or New England somewhere. I forget. You can tell. I think my favorite out of the entire bunch of them, Teresa. Cutthroat Jersey girl, honey. Man. Her husband Joe and her brother Joe. Oh. Ex-husband. Melissa plays the game for the show a little too well. Granted, Teresa used to like to let her roots show a little too much. Rah! Man, when did you become Jesus? Are you filled with the Holy Ghost at the Manzo's dinner party that night? When she flipped that table? All this crazy, hurtful, disgusting, sick shit in the world humbles you, doesn't it? Nothing but a big bunch of bullshit. Especially with the men. Like I said, I should have just been a lesbian. Well, there's no way I could be a straight man. Well, when I get to heaven, Joan Crawford and I are getting married. We're going to go out and pick up all kinds of hot men and turn them into our house slaves. You heard me correctly, me and Joan Crawford. Alfred Steele can stay in the picture. Not a bad-looking fella. The only other person in popularity, woman-wise, that I would ever consider marrying, and that would be as a gay man, Gwen Stefani. But Blake Shelton beat me to it. Sorry, Gwen, I'm gay and I always will be. But we could make some cool music. You do your thing and I'll do my thing. Why not? I posted on Twitter, if you need a birthday or whatever gift for Blake, buy him a new combine. One that's fully automated. They're only, the really good one's only around $700,000 or $800,000. He's worth it. So huge thank you to Matt Lewis and Phil Day's goddamn date rape district. Stand up. No, thank you. Me accidentally breaking a tobacco stick in half and severing my big toe? Oh well. They want to complain about cannabis and me admitting to cannabis usage, so you do realize what Governor Beshear's executive order is going to do come January 1st. It's going to negate Eastern State Hospital's bullshit about cannabis abuse. So have fun explaining Charles Shelton and that goddamn rape team with MCSO and why I tried to kill myself. Thanks to Kim Razor and her goddamn rapey fucking family. So thank fucking you. Screw you. This was your final warning. Oh well.
need to get my teapot.
Oh, here. I'll bring it down.
I love it in the winter to make tea, just sit outside. Thank you.
I can't even have fun. I need this. I need that. Yeah, right. We told you, stand up and place your hands. Screw you. So see, anytime I try to have a tender moment or a moment alone, those sick pieces of shit would follow me everywhere and rape me. No cameras in the bathroom. Fuck you. I just saw a UFO, but you know, you all call me crazy all you want to. Hello, people. Beans, whatever you are, whoever you are, hello. They're interesting. I'm pretty sure they have invisibility things on them, too. As crazy as that sounds. Well, hell, they've already released classified information to the public stating they are unknown when they're probably not. If they are a different species, let's pray to God they don't destroy us for the pieces of shit we are. And if they're foreign countries, let's hope that they're friendly. Like I said, I think we should ask Mitch McConnell and Elaine Chao about Taiwan and how good the goddamn healthcare there is for the dummies on Capitol Hill that fuck up and overdose. Oh, but you know, that's why they called me a conspiracy theorist. Whatever. So thank you to my brother-in-law and sister and all these other fucking dumbasses who ended up raping me. I think I'll take a shower. You've been sitting there talking to yourself for an hour. No, I've been fucking chronicling my goddamn fucking disgusting human trafficking story. You all believe because I was a white man with a platinum card at 14 and had nice things that it couldn't have happened to me, especially with my family. Yeah, right. Big legal in their hand and fucking drugging and raping kids and producing porn with it. After I shower, I'm going to cancel our massages for the weekend. The dude that I fucking absolutely loved left. They're sticking me with some woman, which I will never be able to enjoy the massage because it's a woman. As I said, you know what? At least when the men raped me, it was men. The women raping me was even more humiliating and degrading, which is exactly what they fucking wanted. It was fucking sickening. And another reason they put me on the fucking Zoloft off label when I was a kid. I'm going to shower. Hopefully this will upload in that amount of time.